Okay, so let me start off by saying I've had some absolute dimwits in my comments in the past videos that I've done about National Guard invading DC. I think that this is an amazing idea, and to be quite frank, they're not doing it fast enough. I want to see more troops. I want these people to be in Texas already, but I'll take Chicago as a nice second.
Live now from Fox, we appreciate everyone continuing to join us. Well, right before the break, we were showing you some of the early protests today that have been happening in the city of Chicago.
You guys got to fix this audio. You got to fix this audio, man. This audio sounds like somebody's dragging your microphone through their ass crack. Come on, bro.
Chicago, when it comes to protesters bracing for National Guard troops in the city. I want to go right now live out to Chicago, and that's where we find Fox 32 Chicago's Joni Lum joining us.
There was already a family that I had covered a couple days, yesterday actually, where their son had been killed in what would be possibly gang violence. I'm not 100% sure. They don't really say. They are advocating. They want Trump to bring the National Guard to Chicago. I'd imagine there's a lot of families that feel the same. As long as you're not, cooped up in a nice big community that's gated with a lot of money, I'm sure the last thing you need is the National Guard rooting around, right? Idiots.
Here with the latest.
A lot of people protested in Chicago. Same thing with California, but that's okay. They'll get over it once people start getting arrested.
Hi there. As you know, President Trump has his National Guard troop focus on Chicago. There's been no sighting of the National Guard here.
Yet.
He said he wanted to send them to Chicago to deal with our gun violence issue.
You see, like somebody had said in my prior video, it was some dumbass comment. I removed it because I was like, no. I don't even remember what it was. All I remember is that I removed it. It was something about the gun violence. But it's crazy how you can still advocate for the gun violence there. Because as far as I'm concerned, if you want things to stay the way they are, you're a part of the problem instead of the solution. It's insane how quickly they managed to clean up DC. They cleaned up DC really quick. So I look forward to watching the rest of the country get their act together, honestly.
Here in Chicago. And at the same time, there's an increased presence of ICE agents who have been sent to the area. 300 ICE agents who have...
I love what Trump is doing, by the way. Because if you notice, he's not hitting the states that are falling in line like they should. They're hitting the states that are actively going out of their way to make their job harder. And it's hilarious. He is definitely doing this on purpose, too. Just to make the people running the states' lives a living hell. And it's hilarious to watch. Content president, boys.
Are basing out of a naval base north of Chicago. Here in downtown Chicago, there's a group that's getting ready to start a protest. It'll be on Michigan Avenue. You can see behind me, there are just some groups
I'm sure.
their signs ready.
I'm sure it'll stay a peaceful protest.
To go. This is a protest against the National Guard being here in Chicago. Because of the ramp up in immigration enforcement, a lot of events have been canceled here. Mexican Independence Day events.
You know what I don't see back there? I don't really see anybody of any other nationality, or, for that matter, race. I see a bunch of white people. I see a bunch of old white people. I don't even see any young ones. Big surprise. Perhaps they're the ones with all the money?
Were canceled. A couple of parades in the city, some in the suburbs. The schools, they sent out a letter warning parents, informing them of their rights. But there was one parade in the Pilsen neighborhood that went on in spite of those threats.
Yeah, look. They're not even waving American flags. Like, why would you go to a different country and wave their country's flags? Wave a different country. Like, you came out of that country, right, to get away from the gun violence and stuff there. Why the hell would you be waving that country's colors in a foreign country? It makes no sense. If you wanted to get away from there so bad you were willing to cross illegally through risk of death, why the hell would you support the flag colors? It makes no sense. It makes no fucking sense with these people. They make no sense.
This is more than a parade today. This is a show of unity. This is a reminder that there's more that unites us than divides us.
I don't get that. If what you dealt with in your own country was so bad that you had to cross illegally and come to this country, I know I'm repeating myself, why would you be flying that country's colors? Why wouldn't you be flying the new countries, like the country you moved into's colors? I would assume that you liked it better if you're sitting here doing all this nonsense just to stay there. Don't you think that you would hurt your cause by waving a foreign country's colors during a protest? You think that defeats the freaking purpose?
This is the time to step up and step together and appreciate why.
I mean, hear me out. Like, if you're like, I want to stay in America, wouldn't you go through hell and earth to wave that color's flags to be like, I'm a full-blooded American, America, fuck yeah, you know what I'm saying? It makes no sense why you would do this. It doesn't.
Matters. Proud to be here at another parade, but today is so much more important.
Hey, look, there's not a. I see one American, two American flags in that whole thing. It makes no fucking sense. I really hope someone can get down and explain this to me in the comments, because like every single protest, every single parade that I've seen, and this isn't just America. This is happening in like the UK and other countries where these illegal immigrants are getting there, or they're being bussed in by their own country. They're not even allowed to take down the flags of a foreign country. Like, what the hell is this about? As long as I could remember, anytime you think of the moon space landing and you see the astronaut plant the American flag, it means that it's owned by America. Why the hell? There's only two flags that a state should be allowed to even wave, and that's their state flag and the American flag. Why the hell do we have all these extra flags being waved here? It makes no sense to me.
We're going to stand together in Chicago.
This is why we're doing the parade, because we have the support of the community, of the city, of everyone, and we encourage everyone to be able to come out here to support, to celebrate with us our different cultures, our different traditions.
Oh yeah, no, it's fine if you want to celebrate your own culture, and what you have on your house is your decision, right? But if you've got a courthouse, for example, and you stand out there protesting with, I guess those are the Mexico flags, I would assume. It's because the courthouse doesn't have Mexican flags on the courthouse. That's not how it should be. Like, you came here. Now, not all, Hispanic people are illegal immigrants. Some here actually migrated. That's normal. The problem isn't with those people, it's with the people that are coming here illegally. That's the problem right there. No one cares if you're here legally. We just don't want illegal immigrants coming in, taking jobs, getting paid a fraction, a quarter of what most Americans are being paid. That's what we don't want. You can sit here and put up all this fuss all you want, but at the end of the day, Americans aren't going to sit idly by and allow this anymore. It's over. That's the reason why Trump got voted into office with such an overwhelming majority. People are tired of the stagnant bullshit. They want change. They thought the Democrats were going to do it, but they sat for 4 years and did fuck all. This is the change that people wanted.
This is a peace-loving community.
And let me be completely fucking honest. I'm not a big fan of Trump. I didn't even vote in the past eight years of elections. Like the past two elections. Let's just say that. In the past two elections, I haven't voted because I thought both of the fucking candidates were a fucking joke. Even whenever Trump was running originally, and I think it was the past three elections, to be quite frank. I haven't voted in the past three elections because the candidates have been a fucking joke. I really thought this time it was going to be another joke, but Trump has actually pushed forward a lot of what he said he wanted to do. which, good or bad, at least somebody's doing something they said they were going to do.
Their best to make a living and raise a family. Be careful, but don't be afraid.
That's U.S. Senator Dick Durbin encouraging people to go out to that family-friendly event. Here in downtown Chicago, you can see the organizers are getting ready. They're going to hold a news conference before they begin their march. It's not known how many people are going to be here to join them. Just past them, I don't know if you can see, there is a lot of Chicago police are here to keep the peace while this goes on. They are gathered over there and at other corners here on Michigan Avenue. Tourist activity is still going on here. So it's quiet right now, but this will be getting going in a few minutes. That Mexican Independence Day parade that took place earlier, I was in touch with the organizer.
Look, they can sit here and protest the National Guard entering the city all they want, but it's going to happen. You know why it's going to happen? It's because the President of the United States has willed it so. And it doesn't matter what these individual Democratic people or these individual Republican people think or say about it. At the end of the day, the American people voted Trump in. Whether they like it or not, the solid majority voted Trump in. And this is why they voted him in. Maybe America is more racist than we thought, but it is what it is. And it sucks to an extent, but at the same time, it's promising that, you know, we're going to be able to afford housing again, which makes sense because if you've got a bunch of people staying in a house that are here illegally and you clear out the house, well, then the house is going to become available. So, I mean, I got to take that mentality and run with it, if you know what I'm saying. Well, I just hope that nobody gets killed. So far, nobody's been killed in any of this. Hopefully it stays that way. But I would like to lead with a warning. If somebody gets killed during these raids, that is an ICE individual or other, I'm sure the backlash for either side will be irreparable. So please just try to stay safe out there if you're doing this dumb shit. Please, either side. I'm not going to take a stance with either because I think this whole thing is just a big fucking joke. But I'm out of here.